Hey YouTube friends, this is Rich with California Public Land Hunter. Just a friendly reminder, 2021 is upon us and it's time to get out there and renew your fishing license. You don't want to be caught out there without it. We've gotten a couple questions about how we set up our poles when we're out fishing the Delta. So Mike Davis, the fish bank professor, has put together a little tutorial on how to do a classic Carolina rig using Palomar knots. Let's go ahead and check that out.
Ooh, excuse me. Well, on today's episode of the Fish Bank Files, we're going to show you how to make the classic Carolina rig. We got some P-line here, 60 pound. We got owner 8/0 hooks. We got some ball bearing swivels. We got your standard weight sliders. We got beads, and I'm going to show you how to put one of these things together. Now I'm going to show you how to rig one of these things up. I take about 2 or 3 feet of monofilament line. I take my owner. I usually run 8/0 J hooks. You could use circle hooks, whatever your preference is. And I just do a Palomar knot, which is, in my opinion, almost the only knot you need to know. And you could snell these hooks also. It's just personal preference. I prefer the Palomar knot, and it's real easy to do. You just run it through the hook eye, run it back through, form a little loop. Let's see here. Then you make another loop. Bring it over the main line and back through to where it looks like that. And then whatever it is, whether it's a hook, swivel, lure, you just push it back through. And then always wet the line. Try not to make a mess there. And then you just pull it tight. That's a Palomar knot. So you want to cut that tag end off. Just take a pair of pliers with some cutters on them. I like to pull it one more time on the tag end. Clip the tag end off. Now you got your hook on there. Now I do the same thing with the ball bearing swivel. Same knot. But whatever knot you know how to use, any knot will work. Let's see here. Just do another Palomar knot. Bring it right through. Pull it tight. And that's it. Now to set this up is really easy. All you need is a weight slider. You're going to put the slider on your line first. We got these little cheap ones all the way up to these real fancy, I think they're called Arts Custom sliders with brass inserts, big clips. I wouldn't recommend using these unless you know that there's no snags where you're fishing, because it's just way too expensive to throw that out if you're going to be getting snagged up. See, first you put the slider on just like that, and then I always put a bead right after the slider, and then from that you just attach your swivel. Once again, I use the Palomar knot, which I'll show you how to tie. Bring your line back through, loop it over one time, back through like so. Put your swivel right through, wet it, pull it tight. Now with braid, you're going to need a pretty sharp knife to cut this tag end off. They sell these at a lot of bait shops. They're like $5. It's just a little razor knife. Leave a little bit of the tag end on it, doesn't hurt anything. And now when you cast, which I'll show you, you attach your weight right here. And now when you cast, that bead is protecting your knot from the weight sliding into it. And then you just clip your leader right to that, and you're fishing. Just like that. Pretty basic Carolina rig, and that'll pretty much be good for about any fishing situation you're in out in the Delta or the sloughs. And pretty much catfish, striper, it's good for all those. Here's a little look at some of the stuff we got here. We got the bait buttons, which is pretty essential if you're fishing with barbless hooks for sturgeon to help keep the bait on the hook. And we got some different swivels and different weights here. When it comes to weights, you're pretty much just gonna have to know, how strong the current is and just adjust the weight based on the current. Got the magic thread, which is pretty essential for tying bait on. I like to use owner hooks. You don't have to. You could pretty much use whatever hooks you want, but I like to make sure I'm using top of the line terminal tackle whenever I'm fishing. You never know when you're gonna hook a big one, and you hate to be using a cheap hook or a cheap swivel and have part of your equipment fail on you when you got that once in a lifetime fish. I like the 60-pound P-line for my leaders. It's a little heavy, but the fish are not line shy at all, and you could get away with using really heavy stuff. And that's pretty much it. So go out there and catch something.
Well, hey, Mike, thanks for that tutorial. That was great. And hey, thanks for watching. Next episode, me and him, we're going to be taking off after striped bass. And wherever I go, I always leave the coordinates of where I fished in the description box. So look forward to that, and we'll see you the next time on California Public Land Hunter. See ya.